Andrew McCart, IFLTV. I'm here in Leeds. Delighted once again. Leeds, I say that quite angrily, don't I? Leeds, Ben Shalom, how are you, sir?
Very well. First show at Leeds Arena, so absolutely gassed because I've been a couple of times for Josh Warrington fights, and the way the bowl's set up and the atmosphere is incredible. We never had a fighter from Leeds that was big enough to sell the Leeds Arena. So something that I earmarked a long time for Callum, but the stadium is obviously the best place in the summer, and so when we got a winter opportunity, I was excited to make the date work, and so yeah, really excited, and what a fight. But yeah, absolutely buzzing for Saturday night.
You just said it there, what a fight. Now, I'm really excited about this fight, Troy Williamson, because Troy Williamson seems to have filled out into the super middleweight division, but Callum Simpson, he's a fully fledged one. But when I look at the two of them and the way they fight, Troy's been a couple of Fight of the Year contenders, and Cam's not been far off a couple of Fight of the Year. So what are we expecting here?
They both come forward fighters, and that's just all they are. And Callum, even when you don't want him to be, he's a come forward fighter, and he looks to overwhelm opponents, and he looks to stick it on. But I can tell just by being up there, Troy's coming to take his head off. Like, that's his strategy. He's ready to go. I can feel him up there. He has the confidence. I think he saw, obviously, Callum against Ivan Zucker, where he was put down twice, and I know that's given him some confidence. And against Mark Dickinson, he was actually phenomenal, I thought, because I didn't give him a chance in that fight. I don't think anyone felt. I felt Mark Dickinson, I remember when he turned over, is tipped as one of the best fighters in the division, with all the potential, and I'm sure he'll come back. But Troy was great that night and got the win and looks really good at the weight. So it's a dangerous fight, but yeah, for me, Callum needs to show his level. We've gone through English, British, Commonwealth, European. Now we want to knock on world titles. But he wanted a big night. He wanted a domestic fight, I think, that people were really interested in, that people could really get excited about. I credit to him, because he probably didn't need to take this fight. I could see online, people are split on this fight. It's a very, very 50-50 fight in the eyes of the fans, and Callum's got to come through that, deal with it. It's going to be a huge fan base on Saturday night. Over 7,000, 8,000 coming from Barnsley for Leeds Arena. Leeds United, I think, are playing on the same night, so the whole city's going to be absolutely buzzing. But I cannot wait. And but Callum, first time headlining an indoor arena, major
big
arena
as well.
As a big task on his hands, but that's what makes it exciting, and that's what we want to do, a big British fight.
A lot of belts on the line, Commonwealth, European and British. The only one missing is that World Championship. Now, Terence Crawford has retired, so then belts will become fragmented. The winner of this fight, is he maybe one or two fights away from winning a world title? Getting a shot at a world title even?
Yeah, definitely a couple. I think, look, whether Terence vacated or not, those belts were going to break up. Callum, it's about taking the right steps, and every time he stepped up, he gets better and better and better. This is a domestic fight, perhaps a fight that he didn't need to take. He could have gone the international route. He's got the ticket selling ability now to sort of say to me, let's go in a nice way towards a world title. Let's pick this guy in the top 5 of the rankings and do it that way. He wants the big fights, he wants the big nights, he wants his fans to come to exciting nights. He grew up going to Kell Brook fights, that's what he wants. And so this is the start of that. And so world titles will come down the line, but he wants big fights along the way. And it's a dream that we want to be back at Oakwell next summer with 30,000 people. Could that be a time? We've done 7, we did 15. They keep extending the capacity for us. I think we can get them to accept it'll be 30 next year. But listen, he's got a tough fight on Saturday, and we'll all look stupid. It really is. To a lot of people, a 50-50 fight. So let's get through that, and then we can start to talk about what next.
We'll talk Saturday night after the fight, or Sunday morning. Ben, the undercard as well, though. Blair Cobb's well, my boy Sam Hickey. You've got a couple of undefeated fighters going at each other as well. So it's a fantastic undercard.
Yeah, look, from start to finish, I think it's 5:30 on the iPlayer. We're trying to treat the two shows as separate shows. So Sam Hickey will headline the BBC iPlayer, and you have 50-50 fights on BBC iPlayer, Leeds, Barnsley, Yorkshire. And it's been a breath of fresh air, really, because we've come to Yorkshire. We've gone, look, there's no easy fights. We're not going to do that. 4-0, 5-0. Are you okay to go in 5-0? Yeah, 11-1, 11-1. Bang. And to be fair, it's not always easy in British boxing. A lot of people a lot of managers, a lot of trainers don't want to take sort of even fights early on in their career. And everyone stepped up. Everyone wants to be part of this big night. The nights in Yorkshire are few and far between, I think, the big TV shows in comparison to what they were. So it's a great night, and everything from 5:30 will be packed into the arena, and then some brilliant fights, and Frankie Stringer in a very, very tough fight. Sam Hickey, as you said, great for him to return. I genuinely believe he'll be headlining in 12 months' time.
Better be in Scotland, though.
In Dundee, we've got a beautiful new arena. And so delighted to have him back. Blair Cobbs against Elliot Wells, just a weird and wonderful fight that I don't have a clue what's going to happen, but to have the guy that's beaten 2 former world champions come over here and want that fight is big. Elliot's got a tough test there as well, but yeah, big fights throughout the card, but the main event will be something special, and great to be in Leeds. I think, as I say, it's been on my bucket list to do. I've done Manchester Arena so many times, but there's something about Leeds. So delighted to be here.
Definitely. There's a massive fight weekend. We've got Joshua Paul, we've got the Misfits out in Dubai, but Agana show on Saturday. And do you feel pressure now with the BBC sort of coming behind you to put on the biggest and best shows because of the volume of shows that we've got coming up?
Look, we can't put on YouTubers or entertainment like that. What we can do is put on proper British boxing shows, proper fights on the national broadcaster for free. We've been given the opportunity to do that. It's an unbelievable opportunity. It's going to take time to get motoring, but we're going to start seeing that. So that's the modus operandi. Will this be as big as Anthony Joshua, as Jake Paul? No. Is it the best boxing card of the weekend? Yes. So that's what we're focused on. We want to deliver for British boxing fans. We want to give them nights that they can look forward to and enjoy and see lads from all over the country in big fights, in competitive fights, in fights for their careers, in front of big crowds, and that's what Saturday night's all about. So yeah, for me, the best boxing card, the best boxing fight of the weekend, without a shadow of a doubt, and I'm sure everyone's looking forward to it.
Now, our last interview went viral, man. Did you think that? I mean, the numbers were sensational, Ben.
Were they?
Because you said some shit. You talked your shit.
You know what? The shackles are off now.
The shackles are off.
I'm not being told what to say anymore, so I can say what I think.
Well, I spoke to Eddie Hearn in Monaco, and I do want to get your views on this. He said that he had some fighters from your stable phone him and asked to come and sign for Matchroom. Now, I don't know what truth
Why
is in that.
Why doesn't he say who they are?
I don't know.
Well, just ask him to say who they are.
I'll get Colm to do it. He's out in Miami with them. But the shackles are off. Does that mean that when you say that you're going to, more your personality is going to come up?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it was difficult for me. And look, things will come out on the situation in due course that I think will make people's hair curl. But I was in a situation where, at times, I'm new into the sport. And there's sometimes perhaps maybe I've held my tongue and I've taken loads and loads and loads, avalanche of shit, where I've held my tongue and thought, you know what, be respectful because of, certain broadcast contracts that I had and didn't want me to say what I thought sometimes. And so, look, all it is you push someone enough and you say something enough, you want to say what you think, and that's all I did. I wasn't, I saw Eddie say, I'm sure they were planning about coming and saying, mouthing off at Eddie Hearn. I was responding to him. That's all I was doing. So, no, it's all good fun.
Yeah, it is good fun. It is good. Like I say, you are the brand of boxer. You are the face of boxer. So I suppose the more numbers means things to you, the amount of views and stuff like that, I'm sure that means to you more eyes on you, more eyes on boxer, more eyes. No?
It's not about more eyes on me.
Camera, so
it's not about more eyes on me. I genuinely, I said, I responded, didn't I? I responded to what was said, and that was it.
What's obviously, some fighters have gone like Caroline Dubois. Was that a mutual thing? What was going on there?
Yeah, look, I've got nothing against. When we went into a different situation, we probably have more autonomy. We have a big opportunity with the BBC. We can make proper business decisions around fighters who we think are right, and that's not to say anything. I think a lot of was said around things that I've said. Any fighter that I've worked with, especially the ones from debut, I've given everything to. I know I've done everything right. We've looked after them as people and as fighters and given them the best of their careers. If it doesn't work out from a business opportunity because of certain goals, or we don't want to agree to certain things, and then that's life. That doesn't mean there's a falling out. There's a big transformation with us. You know, we just signed the BBC deal. We've got another broadcast deal about to be announced in the next few weeks, which is huge. But we now are probably in a position where, it's a bit of a reset, where we can make decisions and invest in fighters and map out the business in a way that we couldn't before. But as I say, transitions happen in boxing, and we've after a situation that I think more will come out about, we've responded extremely well. I'm extremely proud of that. We've secured a huge deal with the BBC, and we have another broadcast deal that will create one of the most powerful combinations in the sport. So it's an exciting time, but it's early stages. And as I say, every fighter that we've promoted, do promote now, will promote in the future, big signings to come, I have a respect for their fighters, and we've done our best for, and done probably very well for.
That being said, you've got the broadcast deal, like you said, just like you did say, it was quite a reset, but are there going to be new signings in the new year?
Look, we've got a big signing announcing on Saturday night, which I'm looking forward to. We've got a big show.
I'll put a smile on your face.
Big show being announced on Saturday as well. And so, I think it will shock a few people, but I'm excited. You know, it's good to be back. I had 3 months off. It was tough, 3 or 4 months where, it was tough to be in a situation like that, and then not be able to announce the new deal. And so just to be back, and the show last month, the show this month, the show we're announcing on Saturday, big things to come.
One final one. Live on BBC Three, the main event. Why should they tune in? Why should the fans tune in?
Oh, it's just going to be a great night for British boxing. I think 5:30 on the iPlayer it begins. That's a show in itself. It really is. Leeds against Barnsley, and Yorkshire against Manchester, Sam Hickey, and then obviously on to BBC Three, Frankie Stringer against Levi Giles, which could steal the show, in my opinion. Blair Cobbs against Elliot Whale, who no one knows what to expect, and then the main event is massive. But it's a big show for BBC. And we announce our next show on Saturday night as well.
I'm looking forward to that next show. I don't know where it'll be, but Ben, as always, appreciate you, my man. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, Ben.